Well, here we are. Here we are. I've had the idea of making YouTube videos for years. And it's always like, why do it? Why deviate from your life and put yourself out there and talk about things that people may not want to even talk about? But it's something that happens all the time. It's like, Jake, make a video, put it up. Whether or not it becomes a popular page, I honestly don't care. The reason I'm doing it is for myself. If somebody happens to find it and, they like it and they learn, or I inspire them or whatever, great. Great. That's awesome. So I'm just going to dive right into it. And I lost my innocence. Just lost it. I lost my emotional innocence. And it is honestly a painful thing. Like scarred, emotionally scarred. And quick story, went out to a bar one night and see this girl. I fell for her right away. Like right away I knew, like I didn't know what I was even feeling. I just saw her and I knew. And I guess there was just a lot of innocence and insecurity surrounding her. And all I knew is that I wanted to go to a park with her and sit on a park bench on a sunny day and just to vibe with her. Just to get to know her. For her to get to know me. For whatever reason, she couldn't meet that day. And I felt like I was already insecure about it, and I felt like she didn't want to meet me because she agreed to meet and then backed out on the date, probably a few hours before we were going to meet. And I remember sitting at home looking out my window on my back porch, and beautiful day, green grass, sunny, blue skies. I'm like, why am I not with her right now? Like, why are we not doing this? Like, why are we not doing it? And I stayed positive. I'm like, okay, well, she's going to let me know when she has time. She hits me up 5 days later, and I think everything's good. And I tell her, great, let's do it. There was just one problem. It was a rainy day. I was busy. And I was insecure because she backed out on me once. And I feel like I had this picture in my mind how I wanted the setting to be, which was at a park, like something innocent, something simple. And we ended up going to some bar that I didn't even want to go to. I didn't even want to do that. And I was guarded as hell, kind of treated it like an interview, and just intimidated, honestly. Intimidated. Which is hard because I've always been somebody who can put the right hat on for the right moment. And I've always been somebody that never needed anybody or anyone's validation, or, you know what I mean? Just never needed anything external other than myself, right? Anyway, she rejected me, and I get it. And I think I was just too innocent for her. I think she was. I don't even know her. I can assume things, but you know what that means. And I went on this whole journey of learning about what a twin flame is. And I think that's who she is. And I've done a lot of research on it, and You guys can look it up for yourself what the twin flame is. And pretty much every single component, whether it be synchronicities, whether it be chaser, runner, whether it be instant recognition, whether it be feels like home, whether it be just the pain and the obsession, it's all there. It's literally all there. I had to move across the country because of it. I couldn't stay in that town knowing that my innocent heart, never been in love before, was shattered due to my own fault, due to timing, due to whatever, you know? And I moved to Florida and lived there for a year and a half and learned a lot and waited every day thinking she was going to reach out to me every day. Because that's just, I guess that's the person I was. So, somebody that would leave things right. If they knew they made a mistake, they would leave it right and reconcile and communicate and leave things from a joyful place, not a negative, toxic place. You know what I mean? She never did. She ended up blocking me on everything. And it sucks, right? It sucks because even the version I am now, it's just like I wanted to put that innocent, authentic, vulnerable Jake. That's me. I want to put that for myself and for her at the park or at some point, but she didn't give me the time of day. I ended up writing her a nice letter with beautiful stationery and just telling her the truth, that I liked her and that I wanted to, hang out with her and let her know how I feel. And she just treated me like I was the worst person in the world. Like the worst person ever. And I think in that moment, it showed who we both really are. It showed the person I was, and it showed who she was. I was somebody trying to make everything right, trying to be the perfect person, trying to communicate, right? Very important. But then she was a person just to say, go fuck yourself, right? And it's tough because the feelings are still there, but there's also a lot of hate and resentment there. And knowing that if we both took a moment and entered things from a space of joy, from a space of forgiveness, from a space of communication, we could make something really magical. Like, no doubt in my mind, we could. But if I'm the only person that's willing to do that and she isn't, then, hey, what do you do? You know what I mean? What do you do? At the end of the day, it's a lesson. And I just feel bad for her that she doesn't have that in her to talk to me. Just even as a human being to talk to me, you know? I never would have moved to Florida and learned what I learned and met who I met if she didn't reject me. I never would have done a lot of things. But at the same time, I know that if it would have gone down the day that it should have happened, the day I knew I could surrender, the day I knew I could be myself, it would be something great. But I was coming at it from a place of abundance. I was coming at it from joy and optimism and just total innocence to meeting her. And my messages portrayed that. But her messages were so dull. And I was just like, this girl doesn't want to meet, when maybe she did, maybe she didn't. I don't know. At the end of the day, it's just sad that, they say it's better to have loved and lost than to never have loved at all. But I never even got to have that dance with her. To that dance of love. I never really even had that with her. But I still got my heart broken besides that. So, it sucks. But I've learned tremendous amounts about myself. I'm stronger because of it. And, I know eventually there will be that right girl. And I'm not out here chasing nobody. I don't need that. I don't need anybody. I didn't even need her. I just liked her. I want to let her know, right? And she lost out on a, she missed out, guys. She missed out. I missed out, but so did she. Totally, 100%. But I know one day there will be that right girl who will be able to communicate, right? Who will be able to sit down and have an authentic conversation, just from a moral standpoint, from a humanistic standpoint, just from a caring, empathetic standpoint, right? Someday, I guess it's just not her. Maybe someday it will be, but I've given her a lot of opportunities to make it right, and she didn't want it. So that's my story, guys. It's sad, it's depressing, but we're gonna come on here and we're actually gonna make videos just to keep myself motivated, just to keep other people motivated, and we'll see what happens. So thanks for watching, guys. It's I can only come at it from where I'm at right now, and that's the most authentic that I can come at it from. So it's what it is. Hope you guys liked the video. Take care, stay positive, and it's all temporary. I think my pain was so big. It still is there, but I don't know if I'm numb to it or I'm healing. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you have an amazing, amazing day. Thank you.